Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the new legendary creatures from the Marvel set. Leading today's deck is Crystal, Inhuman Princess. Also, this will be a bracket 3 deck with a rather pricey budget, most of it in lands. Apologies to your wallet. Crystal, Inhuman Princess is a 3-mana 2/3 legendary Inhuman noble hero with flying. Whenever we cast a non-creature spell, Crystal deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of colors that spell is. Additionally, we may tap her to add either red, green, white, or blue mana. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I never got into the Inhumans. When I was hardcore into comic books, I mostly stuck with X-Men and Batman. And Image back when they first formed. So if you're looking for a lore dump beyond what you can find on Wikipedia, I apologize, but I am not a reliable source for any of the Inhumans. If I'd known better, I probably would have included Lockjaw in the deck list. Regardless, we want a bunch of multicolored spells to trigger our commander. But casting 20 two-colored spells to win the game seems like a losing strategy. So I figure we should have a few ways to help get around that limitation. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are fairly cheap, but that's because they're print to order. So I've gotten into the habit of checking every day to see if they have new designs for myself or for friends and family. I've ordered scores of shirts over the last decade, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Real quick, before we get to our deck list, I do occasionally stream on this channel, and if you see me live, come say hi. I'll be building commander decks either for patrons or for future videos, so make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon so you'll get notified when I'm live. Starting off our land base, we've got Command Tower and Exotic Orchard, both great lands that can go in just about any multicolored commander deck. Next up, we're running Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heath, Flooded Strand, Arid Mesa, Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn, Bloodstained Mire, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, and Polluted Delta as fetches. Yes, that is all 10 fetch lands, and it is also a big part of the reason our deck is so expensive. For fetchable targets, we've got Jetmir's Garden, Spara's Headquarters, Ketria Triumph, Rogran Triumph, Stomping Ground, Temple Garden, Hallowed Fountain, Sacred Foundry, Breeding Pool, and Steam Vents. Basically all the triumphs in the Shocklands. We've also got Scavenger Ground serving as our lone utility land, as well as 4 mountains, 7 forests, 2 plains, and 3 islands serving as basics. Yes, I know I could have included some non-basics, but just in case you want to move this deck up to bracket 4, you want some basics as a defense against Blood Moon. For mana ramp, we've got Soul Ring and Arcane Signet as mana rocks. We've also got 3 visits, Farseek, Rampant Growth, and Nature's Lore to help us fetch out lands. Speaking of lands, we're also running Burgeoning, Exploration, Azusa Lost but Seeking, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Crucible of Worlds, Conduit of Worlds, Ramming Up Excavator, and Ice Till Explorer. Gotta love fetch lands combined with playing extra lands per turn, combined with playing lands on the graveyard. Trust me, it gets nuts when this synergy is working. Rounding us off, we've also got Narset of the Ancient Way, Cosmic Crucible, Smothering Tithe, and Trace of Abundance. Lots of ways to ensure we stay ahead of the curve and cast big, fun spells. Our card advantage package consists of First Family, Curiosity, Keen Sense, Ophidian Eye, Manamorphose, Jeskai Ascendancy, Esper Sentinel, Growth Spiral, Planar Genesis, Expressive Iteration, Reborn Hope, Escape to the Wilds, and Whirlwind of Thought. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Counterspell, Fierce Guardianship, Dovin's Veto, Boros Charm, Broker's Charm, Naya Charm, Bant Charm, Prismari Charm, Jeskai Charm, Prismari Command, Quandrix Charm, Izzet Charm, Hull Breach, Decimate, Crystallization, and Teferi Time Raveler. Some counterspells, some spot removal, and a lot of flexibility. Our board wipes consist of Cyclonic Rift, Taunt from the Rampart, and Supreme Verdict. Mostly one-sided, but Supreme Verdict gets the job done when we absolutely need it to. The core of our deck consists of Annie Joins Up, Fiery Emancipation, Collective Inferno, Fiendish Duo, Gisela Blade of Gold Knight, Gratuitous Violence, and Twin Flame Tyrant. Lots of ways to deal extra damage. Supporting our plan, we've also got Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots, and Propaganda. Wanted at least a few ways to help keep our commander and ourselves safe. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 56 mana sources split between 39 lands and 17 pieces of ramp. A little heavy, but we need lots of different colors, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage, 16 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, no single sudden I win cards, but any 2 of our core pieces and the game ends very quickly. Okay, let's assume we're casting a 2-color spell, say Growth Spiral. If Crystal is on board, we deal 2 damage to each opponent. If Twin Flame Tyrant is also on board, we deal 4 damage. If Annie Joins Up is also on board, we deal 8 damage. That's from a single spell. It won't take many to finish off our opponents. Are you building a Crystal Inhuman Princess Commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Sleech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel, Brian, and Nenrawaka, Talethia, Azander, Michael, Black Dragon, and John. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.